Mr. DAPs and Johnny 5, a new show every week. So get a snap and raise your mug for the corner full of geeks.
Welcome to Geeks Corner. I'm Mr. Daps.
And I'm Johnny 5.
And why are you Johnny 5 tonight?
Because just recently I got out my balloon pump and my balloons and I was practicing. I make balloon animals, and you have this look of skepticism on your face, and I was anticipating that look of skepticism. So on Geeks Corner today, I will be making 5 balloon animals, just for you, and for you as well, but mostly for them.
And I get to keep them too, I suppose.
Oh yeah, oh, absolutely.
That's
What am I going to do with 5 balloon animals? I have no reason to need them, and it's really fun because you sit on my right, so.
Wait, what? Oh, that's why.
That's just
that's so fun.
That's how you inflate balloons.
Well, I have a surprise for you.
Oh, you?
Because this is the 5th week.
It is the fifth
surprise, and this week I elected to take the surprise. But since you just blew that up in my face, I think I'm going to show them before I show you what the surprise is.
But I have something to show them before I show you. No, because look at this. I made an eel. It's an eel. It's 3D. If this were in 3D, you would be freaking out right now. Do you like it? I made it. That's for you, Flotsam and Jetski.
I'm not impressed.
What?
Try again.
That was for you to keep. Okay, fine.
So anyway, 5th surprise, you get to see first, since he's being a punk.
Not being a punk.
I made this really cool. See, it exists. How cool is that?
What?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Now you can look.
Which? That is awesome. I'm looking at. Yeah, it's a week with the geeks. It's Johnny5magic.com. That is amazing.
So that's
awesome.
The 5th surprise. Is there actually is a Johnny5magic.com.
Awesome.
Thus ends my tablet use of the day.
And just for that, I will inflate balloons the other direction.
Thank you.
Oh wait, no, I have to do this one differently.
Oh, he wants to do this one differently.
Yeah, I'm gonna up the quality of these.
So other cool things that's a surprise, not necessarily a surprise, but
circulation in my finger.
It was kind of a surprise for us. Is Egon
is no longer gone. We found out where Egon
showed up in the middle of filming DNN on Saturday, and I thought I was going to be filling in again, and I didn't have to, so that was very
great.
Cool.
We can assume the producer role again. So that didn't actually end up working out.
I like that much better. It's making a noise.
It is. It's supposed to.
Okay.
What noise is that? Do you hear the noise? Does it kind of sound like a hiss?
Yeah.
Kind of sounds like a hiss, right?
Yes, it does.
It's just the thing at the end. How weird is that? 3D.
That's bizarre.
No.
Okay. So, Egon's back. He had a grand adventure at Disneyland. Apparently he got shrunk.
Yeah.
While flying through Star Tours.
How bizarre is that?
So, moral of the story is don't wear a gold helmet on Star Tours. And,
It's a snake! It's a snake!
Really?
It's much better than... Look, I put twists and everything. It's much better than an eel.
Mm-hmm. You make another one of these?
What?
You're going.
That barely went over the edge.
That'll be you if you don't come up with something better.
Okay. Up the ante.
They want a real 5. They don't want this... I don't even know what this is.
This is 5 balloon animals. That was 2. And now you've destroyed them, and I hope you're happy. It took a flying leaf off the
gray area of 2. Very gray area of 2.
Let's say that much.
Yeah, if this explodes in my face, that'll be fun.
Hold that.
So, Egon had an adventure through the park, where he apparently got shrunk while flying through Star Tours in the Death Star. And for some reason, he elected not to stay on the ship and go around the park instead, which is where the picture from last week came from, where he was much smaller.
Yeah, he actually identified that as being his camera.
Sadly, the camera we were unable to make into a normal size.
Because technology, blah blah something, I don't know exactly.
Well, I suppose if you took it back into Star Tours, you could probably have it fixed,
Probably.
But good luck getting him to go back. So that's Egon. And we have promoted Kate to co-anchor. Because she did a great job.
Which Egon just found out about.
Yeah, he's not talking to me. but that's okay, because he's still talking to Johnny.
Yeah, lucky, sir.
One thing I think we should talk about with DNN is the newest DAPs hashtag.
Yeah.
Since I thought it was quite entertaining this week. Do you remember what it is?
I'm making balloon animals.
J5, Sith, BC.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently a lot of you think Johnny 5 is a Sith. So, the
And
DAPs hashtag this
Burden of proof is all I'm going to say. The burden of proof rests on the prosecution. You tell me why I'm a Sith.
That's fine. So all you have to do is put the DAPs hashtag of, # DAPs, and then also # J5 Sith BC, the BC standing for because.
Yep.
And you're good to go.
I'm looking forward to whatever reasons.
I want some
you think
good
you can
laughs.
come up
Make it good. I want to hear what you've got to say, and
I would say bonus points if you can link to any clips that actually prove it, because
clips in the show or clips in Star Wars.
clips either one really. Yeah.
If you can link
if you could
clip
link-
in our show, Geeks Corner, to a link or do a clip in Star Wars or Star Wars, that would be really cool.
All right. Never, to my knowledge, attempted on this or any show. I have just made 2 balloon dogs simultaneously.
Okay, those are actual dogs.
Yeah.
That's
right?
good. I'm impressed.
Actual
You guys
balloon
impressed?
animals.
Comments?
So that's 3 and 4.
Okay.
And I want to know what the comments say this one's saying.
And if you want, you can
So-
you can name them.
Yes. So let us know the
pink
names.
one and the white one.
Yeah.
Sure, it's not upside down.
Yeah.
Just messing with you.
Okay. So
Okay. All right.
those-
So those can go somewhere.
Yeah.
Just not over the edge.
One more.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll keep talking about whatever.
Wherever those ended up.
I don't know.
Yeah. So.
Someone's gonna be walking by. Oh look, a free. What is
Balloon?
it? It's an eel. They'll know it's an eel.
Well,
because it clearly looks like an eel.
do you think if you were to randomly happen upon this balloon that you would know it's
And
an eel?
If you were walking somewhere and you found an eel balloon on the ground and you're watching this now, please leave a comment. We want to know.
And would you know if the other one was a snake?
It was a snake. Oh, a snake.
What kind of a snake?
It was a cobra. It had the
With
little,
wings?
No, it had the like hood
Eyebrows?
thing. The thing. You know the snake is that one.
Isn't that the thing from Jurassic Park where
No,
it
not the-
goes out and then it spits the?
No, you're making things up again.
Okay, I don't know.
I don't need that much balloon for these.
Okay. So his 5th balloon is in process, and as
that.
he works on this 5th balloon, which is turning into a 6th balloon.
No.
Okay.
5th animal.
Animal. We will talk about our new favorite website to go to.
Dude, check out mysite.com.
Which has been updated yet again.
Yep.
And it's awesome.
They just keep making it better and better.
It gets better every week.
This is the definition of quality control and constant improvement. So, same trick as last time, making 2 things at the same time is the goal.
They still haven't gotten the archives thing yet, and thank you for whoever helped us find the word.
Yeah.
But they've updated again, so that's okay. Because we like their updates, and as long as they keep updating, we're happy. As I'm sure you are.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure you're all really curious as to what he's making. I hope it doesn't explode in my face.
Yep.
I'm actually not a huge fan of balloons.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? They're delightful. And they have such a long lifespan.
Yeah, look what they do to the environment.
Them and flowers. The 2 best gifts you can give people are flowers and balloons because they last forever.
Only if they're made of silk.
Exactly. I was actually at one time considering crocheting balloon animals.
I've seen that done actually.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think my grandma had something. It was like it was a
there's a
crocheted
precedent.
dog, and it looked like a balloon animal.
Nice.
This Sunday is Disneyland's birthday, and I'm quite concerned about this balloon animal next to me.
It's okay. This Sunday is Disneyland's 56th. If I remember correctly, yeah.
Good job. Continue.
So, yeah. If you are in the park, stop by, say hello to him. I won't be able to make it that late. I'll try to make it there in the morning just to stop by and get some cake. And so we'll see what's going on.
There's cake?
It's a party. What's a cake?
Oh, okay.
What's a cake without party, right? What's a party without a cake?
Yummy. To the first question. Wow, that's really loud. Is it as loud over there as it is on this side? Because I'm really not sure what's going on.
I'm almost done. It's okay.
Okay, this is bizarre. So yeah, Disneyland's birthday is on Sunday. It's the 17th every year. It's fun to go to. They usually have a ceremony in the morning. I will be there. Our videographer Merlin will be there. I'm sure several other people from DAPs will be there. So stop by. If you see me, say hi. We always love to meet new people. Got to meet some really awesome people on Saturday when we were filming College Band. We got a lot of those videos up already, and there's more coming.
And it's delightful for me to run into people that watch our videos, because a lot of times I only know people by their Twitter handles.
Yeah, that's fun.
So to finally put a name or a real face in person to the people that we talk about on DNN or whatever, like I finally got to meet Forgetix and 3 weeks and not.
Yeah.
So that was
Sunday.
That was really really cool.
Yeah, and feel free, just yell out Mr. Daps and I will hear you. I may not hear anything else, but I do always hear Mr. Daps because nobody else has a name. So do it, and we love to meet new people. What do you make? A caterpillar.
It's a lobster.
Yeah. It's a lobster.
See, it's got little claws. It's hard to get a
I
good
kind of get it. Yeah, I
angle
kind
on
of
it
see
for
it.
the.
It's like
Look, giant lobster
Rah.
attacking Mr. Daps.
ah. Totally see it.
Yeah.
Let's put it right
So
here.
that's balloon
I'm
number
not
5.
throwing it over the edge. I'm just finding it really cool.
Careful, like
Oh,
sometimes
is
plants get sharp. Is my only concern, but.
You're all watching with bated breath, I know. See? The lobster's okay.
No, just have a lobster in the back.
So last week, wow, it's so much quieter now. I
Right?
love it. Last week we asked you to comment with your favorite closed captioning
And boy,
from last
did you.
week's episode. And yes, you did. We were quite pleased to see this.
Yes,
We had this all set up, but his tablet went to sleep
it did. Okay,
because it's not
And-
an iPad
and
in
here we
high
are
school. So,
So-
do you have any good comments for us, Johnny?
yes,
5.
from MCR98 is MCR Liver 98
Something Lover 98?
MC Reliver. I don't know.
Okay.
It said
It's a lot.
okay. When you guys were talking about the Twilight Zone and about going on the ride, it said the caption that it decided to put up there is, "These episodes let me get on the cover of Kerrigan's."
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I always want to be on the cover of that.
And when we were talking about the barbecue pizza, it said, "And if there's a recipe for purposes, as excited yesterday about works cited." I don't remember saying that.
I don't either, but I can
I
see
checked
you
the
being
script.
excited about that.
I get excited about works cited, resources,
Anything
yeah,
like that,
yeah.
he's...
Absolutely.
all about
Parenthetical
it.
documentation, man,
Let's go to the next
makes
one.
my day.
Mhm.
At some 3 minutes and 15 seconds in, the captions read, "Chiseled in stonewashed jeans." You
Okay.
know, all this morning.
Wait.
Chiseled in stonewashed jeans, you know, all this morning.
I wonder what we really said.
I don't know. If you remember what we said at 3 minutes and 15 seconds
Don't
in.
even worry about it.
Doesn't matter.
Because you can go look at 3 minutes and 15 seconds.
Are
Are there any other good ones?
I think that's pretty much it.
I thought there was another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just leave it at that for this week.
Well,
So, we'll
oh,
pick
it was,
the favorites from each week.
Yeah. Just, I don't know if we should...
Yeah, we might want to read
Yeah.
that one.
The captions put words in our mouths that
we
aren't,
would never
aren't DAPS
say.
friendly, so we don't want to promote it
But apparently
any further.
YouTube has no problem with it, so
No,
that's bizarre. So, once again this week, we encourage you to watch with closed captions on.
Yeah. Let us know
Comment your favorite
what YouTube
quote
thinks we're saying.
from closed caption of what YouTube thinks we're saying.
Like, what are we saying right now when we're kind of talking over each
I was a
other?
little bit surprised last week when I was watching it that when we did talk over each other, it really wasn't that bad.
No,
It picked one of our voices and it went with it, which I'm not sure how it did that, but
I don't know.
it's awesome. Yeah, hopefully
yeah.
we can find something really funny. And if you like somebody else's quote that they put,
Let them know.
hit that little like button,
Yeah.
and maybe next week what we'll do is we'll read the one that has the most likes on it.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
You'd actually have to read the comments
I
ahead of
have
time,
to-
but you know.
I did read them ahead of time.
Have you ever commented in a comic?
Yes.
Okay, this week?
I think I tried to and it didn't let me. Like
There was a glitch last week.
yeah, so
I know
I definitely was
didn't
trying
have
to
that
respond to one of them, and I
Okay.
don't remember what it is
So
now.
we promised Johnny will actually read the comments this week.
I have it in my to-do list, like daily. It's check and respond to things.
Oh, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah. Doesn't mean I
Growing up.
cross it off my to-do list, but I have it on there. So yeah,
Yeah.
that is improvement in my life.
And the last thing we should comment on was
Comment.
last week was our 40th episode.
It was, and we completely let it
And
pass
we
us
went
by.
right on by.
Yeah. I don't know. So that is 5 times 8. I hope you all realize that is
Johnny 5 can do math.
yeah, absolutely.
So,
I mean, how many times do you get to multiply 5 and 8?
so we're fast approaching number 52, which will be 1 year
1 year
of
of Geeks
every
Corner
week you guys
is-
have been watching
is
us.
almost is a little over 10 episodes away. It's 11.
Yeah. How do you
Just a
incorporate
little over.
5 into that?
Well, because
Okay,
5
we'll
is-
stop there. That's all the time we have for Geeks Corner this week, with all the balloons and Johnny 5 sulking in the corner. Are you still gonna go?
Oh, I thought you didn't say your catchphrase. I was waiting for it.
No, I was actually gonna wait for you to stop sulking.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah. So that's all the time we have for this week's Geeks Corner. We'll see you around the corner.
Geek out.
That's all, folks, it's time to go. We'll be back